This is a Blairing Out with Eric Blair show, and today I'm here with indie punk singer-songwriter Louise Distras. Do you think, from your brief tour of the U.S., that you can trust America with your heart?
Yeah, I think so. I love America. I really, really, really love America. And I'm so pleased because I feel at home here. And I think the reason why I feel at home is just because I feel like I'm surrounded by like-minded people at the shows, you know, or maybe not so like-minded people, but the point is that there's a connection there, and there's a big connection, and the American audiences just seem to be connecting with my music in such a big, but in such a meaningful and deep, heartfelt way. And I think that's really important. And I think it's just a reflection of the fact that people in this world that we live in, you know, they want to see and they want to hear authentic artists. You know, they want to connect with the artists that they listen to. You know, instead of the Justin Biebers and the One Directions of the world. Not saying there's anything wrong with it, but but it's very far removed from the world we live in.
The spoken word "Dreams from the Factory Floor" was inspired by the Public Image Religion Part 1 off the first Public Image record.
No.
Have you ever heard that?
Unfortunately, no. I'm sorry.
It's just like it. It's like that's like when I first heard that, it sounds just like Religion Part 1 off the Public Image First Edition album.
Well, I love John Lydon, and I love the Sex Pistols, of course. I love John Lydon. I think he's absolutely fearless. He's so smart. He's so artistic. He doesn't care what people think of him, and I think he's actually a great role model for young people growing up. He's fantastic.
Yeah, he's reality. Are the Dreams from the Factory Floor a benevolent illusion you created to give hope to the disenfranchised, or do you have a solution that may exist for the slaves by day and the slaves by night?
I don't have any solutions. You know, I'm not a politician. At the end of the day, I'm an artist, you know, and I'm just passing on a message, and I'm just observing my life and the things that happen around me and the other struggles of everyday working class people. You know, I don't think there's any illusion about Dreams from the Factory Floor. You know, there's many reasons why I called the album Dreams from the Factory Floor, but I think the main reason why is because everything starts with a dream. You know, absolutely everything starts with a dream, and dreams are limitless, you know, so dare to dream, you know, dare to dream, and anything is possible.
Tazy Phillips from the Ska Parade radio show, he posted your Bullet music video on Kevin Lineman's Facebook page. Yeah. Kevin Lineman, the creator of the Warped Tour. Yeah. So how did that make you feel?
Well, I think it's very cool, you know. I mean, Tazy he's from Orange County as well, right? Yeah. Tazy actually, he was the first radio DJ in America to actually discover my music. So he's been supporting me for the past three years now, since just before the album came out. And he's been a big supporter, yeah. And it's very, very cool that he's spreading the word with Kevin Lyman.
How has the massive rise of terrorist attacks and universal unrest changed your perspective on life?
Well, I just feel like they're just really ramping everything up to try and make us feel scared, you know, because ultimately fear is what controls us, you know. And I think the more that we show that we won't live in fear, I think, that positive energy is going to be the thing that vibrates amongst everyone and changes the world.
What brings you the most peace in your life right now?
Writing songs and performing on stage brings me peace. It quietens my mind, you know. My mind's always too loud, so performing, you know, and writing gives me peace. Also, something new I discovered recently, because I arrived in LA on Monday, and so on Tuesday the first thing I did was I went to the beach, and I've never, ever had the opportunity to lie on a beach in a bikini and actually swim in the ocean. So I swam in the ocean for the first time ever, and it was like one of the best days of my life. I absolutely loved it, and it made me feel so connected with everything and so peaceful. It was absolutely incredible. So I think that's going to be one of my new things.
Cool.
Trying to swim in the ocean, but not in the British Ocean though, because it's cold and full of shit. So I don't want to go in there.
I know we are blessed here in California. Have some Orange County to have some of the greatest beaches in the world. How would you define the word love?
I think it's infinite, it's limitless, and I think it's the single greatest force that is going to change the world.
Have you ever been in love?
Yeah, I've been in love, I think. Yeah.
What was that experience like for you?
Feels like, for me, it feels like I'm dying or something. I mean, that's a pretty extreme feeling, but you know, falling in love's a pretty extreme feeling, you know. It's a roller coaster of emotions.
If you could fix one injustice in the world, what would it be?
To give everybody the ability to give and receive love.
So what is your greatest fear?
You know, I'm scared of death. You know, I'm scared of dying. I'm scared of one day not seeing everything and not feeling everything and not hearing everything. That's something that I've started to become aware of my own mortality recently, but it's also, you know, naturally made me realise that life is absolutely way too short, you know, and it's important to embrace life and every second of life at every opportunity, and also to embrace love and also to learn how to receive love as well, because I feel like people are so ground down, you know, we're so ground down by the government, by the media, by each other. You know, we're ground down to make people like to feel shit about ourselves, and if we feel like shit about ourselves, then we're going to buy into the fake solutions that they offer us. Yeah. You know, we're gonna buy their stupid clothes. We're going to buy their weight loss products. We're going to buy whatever the latest phone or stupid gadget is on the market at the moment. You know, the list is absolutely endless, but they're all sold to us as being solutions. But it's not. The solution is actually always inside ourselves, and it's within the vibrations of love.
Are you a spiritual person? Do you believe that there's a God and a devil? Do you believe there's a heaven and hell?
I believe in the universal consciousness, and I believe that we're all connected. Everybody around the world, you know, I believe that we're all brothers and sisters and we are connected, despite the divides that, you know, we're led to believe that we have. And I think that it's the universal consciousness that is being attacked and it's being assaulted, and they're trying to break it down to stop us from coming together. Because if we all came together, you know, that energy and that revolutionary force would be absolutely unstoppable. But
you realize that there are people right now that aren't warm and fuzzy. Yeah. They want to murder people. They're murdering people every single day. How does the universal consciousness work into that when there are people that really want to destroy us and harm us?
Well, I think people want to destroy each other ultimately because we're led to believe that we're all so different, you know. Whether it's to do with, you know, class, religion, gender, you know, sexual orientation, you know, there's people who hate each other literally just for being who they are, you know. And what kind of world is that we live in, you know, when there's so many people that spend their lives just walking in the shadows, you know, afraid to be who they are, afraid to come together, you know, and that's why I think that people hate each other. I think it comes from ignorance, because it's something that's rammed down our throats every single day. Like I discovered when I was staying in Hollywood this week, you know, there's some people out there who care more about the way that they look and they care more about the car that they drive rather than the fact that there's people out there who really, really do need help, and they need us all to come together.
How important is fame to you, and could you live without it?
I think fame is a byproduct of hopefully having talent. You know, there are people who are famous for literally nothing, you know, but it's just, you know, if you're good at what you do and if people connect with that, then, you know, then people start to see you and they start to, you know, recognise the way you look or whatever, but it's literally just a byproduct. It's certainly not an aspiration or a goal, you know. And I think if someone's goal to be famous or to have money through music, then I think that they're just not really interested in music at all, you know. They're just using it as a vessel to get to where they want to go.
You know, there are people in the entertainment industry that have sold their souls to be famous. Yeah. They've stooped to conquer, and I won't go into detail. How do you feel about that? You haven't had to do any of that. It's been on this, what you have, your success has been completely on your terms.
Well, recently, I had an experience where I was around people who I believe would do that, and I found it quite shocking, really, because, you know, that has, to me, you know, taking that direction, it really has nothing to do with art, and it really has nothing to do with creating some kind of, you know, positive energy and putting that into the world. You know, it's got nothing to do with connecting with people. It's just got everything to do with, it's just so self-serving, and it's got everything to do with selfishness and greed and corruption.
What is your secret to not becoming a casualty of sex, drugs, and groupies on the road?
Well, I just really like getting some sleep. You know, I mean, God, I couldn't think of anything worse, right, than like playing a show and then waking up with some like sweaty, hungover person like all over me and being like, "Who the fuck are you?" Like, I God, I couldn't think of anything worse. I mean, you know, I don't drink, I don't take drugs. I recently, I quit smoking. It was in August last year. You know, I'm not interested in any of that stuff. You know, and plus, if I can't sleep, then it makes my voice sound like shit. So, sleep is the best thing for me on the road. And also, you know, I'm from Yorkshire, so I really like a nice cup of tea as well. So,
if you believe there's a hell, would Hitler be rotting there?
Probably not. You know, the world seems to celebrate really nasty people, you know, and buy into their shit. You know, these nasty people are around us every day, and they're lifted up to be, you know, to be icons and to be saviours of the human race. So, God, I don't know if it'd be in hell, but, you know, I don't know.
Okay. What do you think of Christianity?
Christianity, I believe that everyone has a right to believe in what they want, and as long as they're not hurting anybody, then it's got nothing to do with anybody else.
What advice would you give somebody that is contemplating suicide?
I would probably not be so inclined to give them advice. I would be more inclined to listen to them and to hear what they've got to say. Yeah.
I like that one. How is your new album going to differ than your last album?
Well,
where do you see the growth?
Well, I mean, for me, it's just a case of that, you know, I've grown as a person over the last 3 years since releasing Dreams from the Factory Floor. I've experienced more of the world, I've experienced more of life, because I've been extremely lucky to be able to, you know, travel and play music and connect with people and learn about people and learn more about the world. So I guess that shows in the new record, you know, whereas I guess I'm singing more about, like what I said earlier, about, you know, the positive vibrations of love and self-acceptance and lifting each other up and ourselves up, you know, to make our world a better place. The songs, for me, I just think the songs are a lot better, really. Yeah, the songs are much better. The new direction is with a band now. I've got a 3-piece band, and I play electric guitar now. And I'm also starting to experiment with some new sounds and new textures as well for the second record. I mean, me and my producer, Steve Whale, we demoed Dreams from the Factory Floor on like the most basic software that you could find, but you know, we've upgraded now and we've got Pro Tools, so it's given us this like amazing opportunity to just keep experimenting with sounds, you know. So everything's sort of like, all the inspiration is coming to us just so thick and so fast, you know, and so many doors are starting to open. So, I mean, you know, it's definitely not a record that I feel is going to alienate fans of Dreams from the Factory Floor, but, you know, as an artist, it represents growth, you know, and that's ultimately what I want to do.
If you were forced to be on the cover of a fashion magazine, which one would it be?
I don't read fashion magazines.
I know, if you were forced, Vogue, Elle, Teen Vogue, Cosmopolitan, forced to be on the cover of a fashion magazine, what would it be?
But can't I just tell the people no? Can't I say no? Can I just go, no, I don't want to be on the cover?
No, you're forced to be on it. You don't have a choice. It's like, we're going to kill your family unless you're on the cover of Vogue magazine.
My natural response would be, who are you? Fuck off. I don't want to be in front of your magazine. Okay, but if I really had to do it, right, it would be Teen Vogue.
Okay.
It would be Teen Vogue, because I would try to make the most of having the space in that magazine to use it in a positive way that is going to empower young women, you know, and hopefully not feed them, you know, any more stereotypes that they feel like that they've got to buy into and subscribe to. So, you know, yeah, Teen Vogue.
Louise Distras, thank you so much for being on the Blairing Out with Eric Blair show. This has been a very trying day. Very trying. And you know what? I want to just thank Matt and Ryan, who is your tour mate right now, and Matt is a filmmaker. I want to thank you guys. I want to really thank you guys for helping me out and doing some heavy lifting today for the show. So I'm giving a shout out to you guys. All right, this is the Blairing Out with Eric Blair show with Louise Distras. Signing off. Bye-bye.
The Blairing Out show.